The following podcast contains spoilers.
This is the Bunzarelli Show.
All right, I'm Joe. Of course, co-hosting me today, I got my buddy Bob on the line. Bob, what did you think about this last episode? A lot of breakthroughs, huh?
Yeah, a lot of breakthroughs and everything. I feel like everything started really coming together.
Yeah.
This one, and this one has me more excited about the show than any of them have so far.
Yeah, it's doing a lot. Like the meeting with Fennec Shand, what it really did was we finally actually got to hear from Boba and where's his head at. You know what I mean? Like, how's he made a transition from what he was to who he is? So, you know, we're just guessing the whole time we're watching the show and putting together theories. And we're kind of close on it, but he basically flat out said it. It's like, how many times did we almost get killed because of some idiot? You know?
Yeah.
And it shows, and I think about it again. If you think about it from his perspective, the Jabba thing, like when he fell in the Sarlacc pit, like he was just doing a bounty and all of a sudden he's fighting a Jedi. You know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't sign on for that. And he's, you know, dealing with Princess Leia and the rebellion and stuff. He just wanted to collect, you know, he got involved in this thing that was over his head. And now he actually say the words. And a lot of people, when I put that, the last post we made, you know, a lot of people were kind of throwing their 2 cents and like, you know, some people were saying like, oh, you're kind of like not being true to the character. And I disagree. I call it like character development. And I still abide by that Sarlacc pit was dramatic for him.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah, like you said, he was going after Han Solo, and Han Solo did steal stuff, so someone put a bounty out for him. Yeah. So he's out there. I mean, that's just straight up bounty hunter doing their job. Yeah. And, was he the one who got him encased in the thing and brought him to Jabba? Or no, that was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader put him into carbonite because he was going to test it out for Luke. And then even Boba, it's one of Boba's like 4 lines. It's like, he's no good to me dead. And he goes, the Empire will compensate you if we lose him. So, yeah, he wasn't out. He was out to bring him in. He was out for the deal. Kind of like he kind of gets that from his dad. Like his dad went with that whole clone army thing. His dad didn't give a crap about the Republic or the Separatists. He just like took a job. He got a bunch of money for cloning himself, you know?
Yeah. But even to a less extent, because the dad, like, you could say like, okay, well, he helped them to create this huge army. Yeah. You know, you can kind of hold that against him more than like, oh, the bounty hunter is just straight up being a bounty hunter. And he didn't he even tried to, I mean, in a way you could say he almost tried to save the guy. He said, you know, I don't, he's no good to me dead.
Yeah.
So he's just doing his thing.
Yeah, and there's maybe it's also like they're waiting for that badass moment, and you know the car chase was from last episode. That was agreeably weak, that speeder chase. But this episode, Boba Fett knocking down those Trenton riders with the Slave One. That was the coolest thing ever. That was like, all right, Boba's back. He's kicking ass again. Like, and you could see it his face, the anger as he's like throttling, but there was like no mercy. He didn't even like do face to face or like, you know, say anything. He's like, nope, wiping you all out. You're done.
Now, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is it those are the guys that kill, or at least that he thinks he killed those guys because they killed his tribe? Is that correct?
But
okay. Now, do we know that they killed his tribe yet, or is that still a question?
No, I still think it was the Pikes. I think it was the Pikes. Okay. And I also think, because they hinted at it again, because Fennec Shand said, there's no way those Striders could take out Sand People, Tusken Raiders. You know what I mean? Almost foreshadowing, like it would be a hard job to do.
Yeah.
I think the Pikes did it, and they were counting on Boba taking out the Striders. You know, because they knew Boba was gone. So they're like, okay, let's knock them out real quick, which is also going to be a display of the power about the Pikes. But when all that comes to light, I think that's going to make it a lot more personal. And once again, front and back of the book coming together.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be some third party because he's already against the Pikes. So, you know, it's someone else to think that he thinks is on their side or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's against the Pikes now because they're coming in. And he knows the Pikes are challenging his territory. But I think not that finding out that history before is going to change anything. He's ready for war anyway. So I don't know why that actually would be the big reveal. But it might turn out to be that. I just feel like it is. I think that's what that was.
It still would be a big reveal. But it still would be a big reveal because now it reveals that he just straight murdered a bunch of people by mistake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I did. Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
You made me.
That.
You know what I just did?
Oh, funny. You should say that it wasn't them because.
Oh.
hey, do you know where our biker friends are? Because they were going to help us out.
They were going to help us. Oh gosh.
Oh, geez. They were getting their tribute together. It was a big old gift basket. Fruits and berries. It was beautiful.
Here's a part I know you were about. What did you think about the return of Chrysanthemum in the bar? The Wookiee
Chewbacca guy.
Yeah.
The Wookiee. Oh yeah, that was great. That was really cool. And you know what else that clarified for me too was the when the girl that owns the bar or works at that casino.
Yeah.
That they're always talking to. When she was talking to him about this, not the old days and everything, it sort of clarified the thing where Chewbacca was in the pit in the one movie, and I was like, "What's Chewbacca doing in the pit? Like he's some kind of great, big fighter or something." And it's like, "Oh wait, well there are guys in his species." I might have said this on a different episode. If so, I'm sorry, but there's different guys in this species that were actually like gladiators like that.
Prison that Chewbacca was in was I think it was like a Empire stronghold or something. Oh no, I remember now. They were kind of, the stormtroopers were almost using him as a Sarlacc. They were like, let's throw him in the Wookiee pit.
Yes.
So but it shows what a brute force, because even the one guy's like, oh, Wookiee, have you ever seen one of those? Like, it's getting back to no, Wookiees are strong, fierce creatures, and they also have I guess they have a history with the what the heck is that thing he ripped the arm off?
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. Is those fish people? So it's hard to keep track of some of these.
I know.
And I'm watching it and I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, man, I'm doing a terrible disservice.
No, me too. Because I forgot.
You know what? It's better off though, because now I'm asking you these idiot questions, and maybe there's some other idiot out there like, oh yeah, I don't know that either.
No, I found it. No, because I forget. Except they mention it whenever they say it's a Trandoshans. Those are those characters, but they hinted at before. They kind of hinted at it subtly, and I think maybe in expanded universe or stuff that I don't even follow, the Wookiees and the Trandoshans are supposed to have some kind of beef. I don't know what it is.
It wasn't something that we should have known from the show. It wasn't something like those weren't the Pikes or something.
No.
The same species even.
No, it was more like something like, if you knew a little more, you'd appreciate it more. If you knew a little less, he just got mad and ripped off some dude's arm. You know what I mean? So you could take it both ways. It wasn't like a pivotal point of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like a little bonus for, but he's back on the team now. So now Boba's building up his team. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I didn't want that guy to go away. He's too cool.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad that they showed, and I'm so upset at myself I didn't watch it, because you told me to watch it and I didn't, because you told me what happened anyway. But the after credit scene from Mandalorian, how we've been saying this whole time, like they would have showed that.
Yeah.
As they should have.
It would have clarified things. Yeah.
It would have clarified a lot of things. Even us talking about it. I didn't end up going back to watch it. I was like, okay, that's what happened. That's fine. But seeing when they showed it again, and for some reason just seeing it and they had the girl steal the bottle of whatever drink. Yeah. And taking a sip of it or whatever. I don't know. For some reason that just made it so much cooler, and it brought it home. I feel like they took, because it was like, okay, I don't understand the motivation for it, but between catching up a little bit and talking about it and seeing that part now, it's almost like he took it out of spite. It's like, okay, you know what, Jabba did this to me, screw him. I'm going to take over his whole thing. You know what I mean? I got kind of a vibe like that.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out because he said something about the guy that betrayed me was his beef with Bib Fortuna, because I was like, well, he said something about he betrayed me. The only thing I caught was I thought I saw Kenton Striders in front of Jabba's palace, which might have been something that ticked him off, because it looked like he was aiming at them. Those look like the Kenton Striders that were hanging out. So Bib might have been, yeah, but still, they could have been framed. You know what I mean? But regardless, he took the throne. He's getting ready for war, and
don't jump to that, because I got something in the middle too. I says, oh, Joe must be loving this. When they went back to the pit, to the Sarlacc pit. Oh man, that was really cool. They showed that was cooler than any clip they showed of it before. That really felt like it was the same camera shot as the movie. That felt like I was back in the movies. Because as we're watching the show, I keep forgetting that that it's in that time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like it's the same world, but it's a prequel, or it's
about 5 years
on.
after Return of the Jedi. It's about
So I keep forgetting that it's like it's that same thing, and it's Tatooine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you'll get something like that comes up, and that was really cool.
And you got the wreckage of Jabba's ship.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
They also kind of gave a little more credit to like how Boba survived, because he's like, yo, the armor did its job. It kept you alive. So
yeah,
it brings credit. And then they kind of wrapped it like, hey, we're done with flashbacks. You just said, hey, you're all healed, so no more tub for you. The only question they left unanswered, first I thought it was a big deal, but it's really not. It's very simple, is the Cobb Vanth mystery. Just because he says to Mandalorian, I want my armor that you took from Cobb Vanth on Tatooine, right? I think it's very simple. I almost got a prediction for how to open the show. It's just like, you just see a 2-second scene before they show like the title card. You just see him like go up against Cobb Vanth. We're all gonna remember who Cobb Vanth is, and be like, it's a Timothy something. It's a good
Oliphant.
Yeah, Timothy. You just see 2 seconds like somebody else says his name, and then like Boba walks in, knocks over, then he goes, Cobb Vanth. I want to know where my armor is. And then that's it. And that's all you need to see. You'll figure out the rest from there. Just, the mystery's not as big as I thought. The whole, why did he let Cobb Vanth? He probably found out right at the last minute. He probably watched a big dragon battle, where's my armor kind of thing.
Yeah, so, I feel like we've been caught up. And almost him shooting the biker guys, my first thought was like, okay, well, that's putting an end to that storyline. Like, okay, that's his conclusion. But then my next thought was, maybe that, that might not have been them. So maybe we'll get still a little bit more. But I feel like this episode, except for that's the one like maybe question mark. I feel like, okay, it's caught up. The storylines are caught up. He's got his army. It's going to start just moving forward now rather than
he's got a Sarlacc
about him.
He's got Chrysanthemum with him. And then, of course, the big thing at the end was like we're gonna hire the right muscle, and that little flute. I was like, do. I was like, oh, it's him. And so it looks like they're getting Din Djarin, which is what I was kind of hoping for. I was like, bring in Din Djarin late. That way it's like you're handing the baton back, setting him up for his next season. You know what I mean? Like it's still Boba's show, but like the Mandalorian.
Oh, I didn't even know that was his name. Jesus.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it's okay. No, and you know what? I meant to say the Mandalorian. I just spit out Din Djarin because I'm thinking like the two guys in armor just to like make them. But if you got the cool,
they called him Mando in the show. Most people did. I don't know the name.
Somebody said Din Djarin once. Like somebody was like, when the one general guy's like Din Djarin, he goes, how do you know my name or something like that? You know what I mean? Like.
Gotcha.
He knew his, it wasn't brought, it didn't mention it over and over again. Everybody would just call him Mandalorian. But now the cool thing is we get a little peek of where the Mandalorian is right now, because he just lost Yoda, Grogu. He's gotten the Darksaber, which hopefully we see that too. But it's more like, where's his head at before we go into his show?
That's awesome.
Because he started as a
current Mandalorian too.
Yeah,
like Mandalorian, like after the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he was a bounty hunter too, which is people forget that. Like, oh, bounty hunter is supposed to be bad. He was a bounty hunter too, and he was badass in the beginning, and then he found, purpose with Grogu and stuff. But it's gonna. I want to see. It's gonna be interesting to see the contrast catching up with him and everything, because. For him to work with Boba is going to mean it's going to be because Mandalorians shouldn't care about this crime boss thing. Mandalorian's probably going to be like back to like, well, I'm going to go back to doing what I do best, bounty hunting, and he's going to do the gig for money. That's what I'm guessing. But it's going to just
he's probably looking for something to do, and he knows Boba, so
yeah. But it's gonna
it gives him a little bit of direction.
It's funny when after that scene, I watched the last episode of Mandalorian again, because I watched that one scene of the two of them. If you remember, Boba and the Mandalorian just walking into the bar to go talk to the other Mandalorians. It's the coolest scene. But I went back and started watching all kinds of Mandalorian stuff with Boba, because I was just trying to get that like feel for their relationship again, what it was. But I'm looking forward to it.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one more thing before speaking about Boba Fett being a badass.
Yeah.
How about his line when he introduced himself to Fennec. I love the whole Fennec storyline in this. This is the first time I felt any interest in her at all. But seeing that whole storyline was great. But when he said the way he says, "I am Boba," or I'm Boba Fett, and it kind of gave you like that "I'm Batman" feel. And then shortly after, he just totally destroyed it by saying it to that little
robot. Yeah, you know who I am. Like the robot's.
Like everybody rolls their eyes, and the robot just shuts himself off. Like, we heard you the first time. Batman did it first.
Yeah,
real cool, dude. Way to go, Boba.
Where's my armor?
Where's my armor?
We know what I like about Fennec Shand, because my whole assumption was Fennec Shand owed him a life debt, because that's what she said when she came back in Mandalorian. Like, I am now in his debt. I thought she was just in his debt forever, which, you know, this is a better explanation.
It was another like weird, it was another one of those things, and it's like they did it on purpose.
Yeah,
you know, other shows got to be careful with that, because people turn the show off. But you know, we're in it because it's Star Wars, so they have that luxury of being able to like, okay, you know, leave a lot of questions like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this doesn't add up. But then, you know, and also like the thing when he introduced himself to her, like you could see the confidence he said it with was awesome.
Yeah.
And then how she was, she seemed taken aback by it. So it was like, okay, she's in awe of him. She has respect for him like that.
Yeah, that's why
she does the one thing for the life debt, you know, and him saving her like he did, you know, it wasn't just, you know, he gave her a cup of water.
Yeah.
You know, he carried her across the desert, paid big money, had her helped out. So all that he did for her, and then they did that job together, and she, you know, admired him that much more.
Yeah.
Now I could kind of see like, okay, she isn't just a mindless assistant. You know what I mean? It's all starting to come together.
I like the fact that he talked her into it, that it wasn't part of the debt. Like, she's not in debt for life. Because that makes it like almost a slavery thing. Yeah, he's like, no, here's what I could offer you. Because he told her the whole time you could leave. And he's like, no, I'll hang out for the ride. I'll watch you shoot all the Kitten Striders. And then she just ended up following him and helping him. And then when he like really was explaining, because they're both two sides of the same coin. You got a bounty hunter for hire and an assassin for hire. So that's why and she just came out of a near-death experience too. So that kind of like explains their relationship a little better. Like, okay, wait, he's got a bigger idea here. Now, you know, I'm appreciating it better, and I think we're going to see him do some badass stuff in the shows coming up. Got a couple more to go. I think, what is it? Chapter 4. So, yeah, 3 more to go.
More?
Huh? 3 more. I think it's 7. Or maybe 2 more. I'm not sure.
I hope it's not 2.
No, I hope it's 3.
I'm sad.
Yeah, it should be. See, it's just. But hey, all right. Well, let's say it's 2. Even if it's 2, and there's like this battle going on. You know, 2 episodes of what's coming is going to be pretty awesome. So there's no way Mandalorian. My prediction is, where's my armor? And then all of a sudden it shows Book of Boba Fett, and then you see Boba Fett like come upon Din Djarin. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like close that little circle.
Yeah, that's true.
Like make that the intro to the show.
Coming too.
Yeah,
and it's not over because Mando will be coming back. So so we'll be okay.
Yeah, we're all gonna be good. Oh, and then you know it's gonna be that stand up clap moment's gonna be the you're gonna forget about it, and he's gonna pull out like the Darksaber in some like emergency. You know, he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's got to. He still holds it as far as we know. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna get really crack-a-lackin' here. And we still got a Sarlacc Boba needs to ride. So I'm all in. So you know. Great show, Bob. Thanks again for being here. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
And we'll see you guys in a few weeks.